Okay. All right. So, holding this box again. I'm going to start you off in the light areas that are where the sunlight's beating, okay?
Right.
Put that right up to your face again.
Do you ever see the light beams take shape and do things and transform and morph into things before your eyes?
People have told me that.
It's like they communicate through the light.
When I found the imagery in the lightning, I could not understand because I could not see nothing what you would call cloud or anything around the lightning going to the ground. Now, everywhere you're going right now with that camera, as you're aiming it, move it real slowly around in there, and you're going to see the same exact imagery that I'm going to be showing you in the clouds and the moon, everywhere else. But it's face within face.
That's something I've caught recently. As above, so below.
And it's everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
So when I get this back to the computer, what I do is I look in between those branches to find the nanocarbon, the same way I'm doing with the clouds, because that's how my human eyes are going to identify the nanocarbon that we're surrounded by. When I go into the darker area of the trees, again, I'm still going to pick up the imagery. I can run down this whole freaking line right now. You can do it for me, and you'll pick up all the imagery. Even though you may only see one or two at a time here and there, it's thousands of them, and you'll see them when you get it back to the computer. Like over there is another bunch of light coming in, lights and shadows, lights and shadows. So if you go over there with it for a little while, even if you don't see it all now, when I get it back to the computer, it's going to be full of that imagery.
All right, I see one. Okay, I see an image. Let's see if I can find it in the sky.
Oh yeah, the cloud imagery is getting even better.
There it is. Bam.
Oh yeah.
It was like a backwards S. Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, and the chemtrails are, I mean, they're going to town with them. So with
yeah, it's cool because I was kind of hoping they would today.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I know, me too. Me too. But it's not, again, the whole government thing, it's all about controlling the weather. It's not about, move that over here, put it through again. So yeah, no, governments don't give a shit about the imagery coming through. That's what you're talking about, the spirit side of things, okay? That's the EMNC showing us. The MC is all around us that also controls us. It creates imagery. Why the feline, canine, ape, rodent, human, and beast? Well, I think you and another person, this dude, a tripping sponge online, are going to help me to see otherwise. I need, once you start getting into this, I need you to show me the dolphin. And I want to see the dolphin with the holes in his head.
The imagery of the ocean has been incredible. And you know what I think it is? It's because of Neptune.
Now that's what I want to see. I want to see that not only you see that, I want to see that I see it. Remember, I was telling you.
What's the solid of Neptune? I'm sorry, not to.
I don't know.
There's the geometrical solids. Because every planet stands for one, and whenever one planet's ruling, that's what's going to manifest. Like if it's
I know, but I lost track of all that stuff because I don't buy. I kind of never did buy into the heliocentric model at all, really.
Right. Well, but what do you think the planets are then?
Well, no, you'll see it. So you have stationary stars and you have the moving stars, the wandering stars.
Yeah.
What you call planets are actually wandering stars. Here's what's going to happen with the moon. See all these white spots on the moon? See all these white spots that are right here? Okay, so I got the moon on clear plastic. And what I can do now that I have my model done is I take this clear plastic and all the same imagery that I'm trying to show you. I know you're having a little bit of a time with it, but you'll see it when you get it home. When you get it into the dark. No, it's okay. When you get it into a dark room and you're not outside doing this, if I was able to bring you to my place and do this at my house, but it's our first meeting and I wouldn't want to meet at a stranger's house either. So when I take this moon and I put the light going through the moon, you'll see the constellations, but not the wandering stars.
Oh, that's where I was getting at, the constellations.
Yes,
and in that map that I was telling you about, it's got a horse that I know I've seen that image on the moon before.
Yes, and the way that you saw the constellations moving around, I'd probably be the only one to ever believe that.
What constellation is that?
That's a drawing. That's somebody's picture.
It is. It's an artist representation.
Yes.
I know.
I don't. Don't even bother. That's just artists. Same thing with this. This is a real picture of the moon that I was showing you, but it's been artistically fucked with, and that's what they put it down as art.
Here's one that was artistically fucked with too. My son did it.
But the imagery's all there though. The imagery's there. Let me see if it's the real moon. Yes. Yep. It is the real moon. So you're not being faked out because the imagery will match. The image imagery in the moon never changes.
Right.
Now, when I say that, that's confusing because when I tell you to do it like this, every little change with this moon will give you more and more imagery in your view. So when I tell you the imagery don't change, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, what the hell is he talking about? He just told me the imagery don't change, you know?
Oh, I can't turn it. Yeah, I've got it on Star Map.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's what I'm saying. Now, you can do this on your computer as well, too, since you mentioned that. I've got thousands of pictures of the moon that I took myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some of that equipment, and you can go ahead and do this.
Okay.
Because I got the telescope that you can mount the camera onto right here. I'm going to show you how to set it all up. Would you prefer to have the larger telescope that's stand-up, or do you have a picnic table?
I've never used a telescope before.
Okay, so you might...
I can learn.
Do you want me to wait on that and just give you the number stuff and don't bother with the moon stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I can use this to take photos, and actually there's a tripod in my
yeah, but you won't be able to get in on the moon the way I am here.
Right, okay.
Because these are my real moon photos.
Right, okay, yeah. Well,
You know,
let me try a telescope, and I'll figure it out, I think. I'll be very careful, I promise.
No, I don't give them the shit. It's all cheap equipment. I got nothing expensive.
I tried to get one of those really big, wide telescopes from the local observatory out there.
Yep.
Never made it.
No, that's all right. Most people that have telescopes don't know any of the shit that I'm explaining anyways, and they won't get it. They don't understand it. It's all fucked up. Okay, so the models. Okay, so the models, right? Okay, now this is called a moon map model.
Okay.
Joan Senage was the original taker. Now, what Joan Senage suggested was when he looked at the moon, he saw the continents and a tiny little space.
Yeah,
I always liked this theory of the moon map model. This is an old one, by the way. It's updated now. It's done much better than the old days. Yeah, that's on plastic. Keep looking around at it.
Wait, I saw that image right there.
So here's my moon map model. Okay, carbon core, not the tree of life. The carbon core, electromagnetic nanocarbon core, full of iron, goes all the way up to Polaris. Old Veil, whole new system now. I've got the carbon on my new model. It's broken down into 3 different layers of carbon. One that the moon runs in. The moon is not the ball that we were told it was. The Earth map model, the true Earth map model. It's not flat. It's not a flat Earth. That's a bullshit story. That's a psyop. Government psyop that the Earth is flat. Right, because they should know. Anybody that's claiming the Earth is flat, we're standing on top of a fucking mountain and we're saying the Earth is flat. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's just as big of a psyop as the heliocentric model. It's all garbage. It's just as much of a bullshit story as Jesus Christ and every fucking biblical story we've ever heard. You have to look for the truth here.
It's hidden in it.
So fuck them. They don't even bother with them. Just go for what it is. So all their hidden bullshit stories, we can see all this with our own eyes. So now that I know that, so when the sun comes down like a light bulb, just like we're inside of a light bulb, the sun's light is not coming down raised like us. No, it's a connection from the ground. It's coming up right now as we speak. There's an electromagnetic current that gets sent. Right now we know we're going this way. 2,000 years ago, I believe we were going this way. 2,000 years before that, I don't know what the fuck way it was going, but we were definitely more electrical than we are today. So these in 3 different layers going around in my new model with the moon going around, because now I know the moon's not a ball, I have it set up in a different way. Onto the land model. Antarctic Treaty. This is the Antarctic Treaty right here, okay? This is called the Markowski Resolution. This keeps us away from everything going north is the Markowski Resolution. Santa Claus right there. The Antarctic Treaty you know well about because you've been studying it for a while. So you know there's something up with the Antarctic. You're seeing it in your dreams. This side is where we live. Here's one part of it. Now, they tell us on the map. I'll go through this with you real quickly. Okay, so they tell you, where are we? They tell you this in school. And I'm saying you love numbers.
No, I hate
66,
numbers.
Yeah, you don't like this number. 66.6 degrees. Oh,
I know.
The Freemason story. So, so right here is where they tell us that we are. They tell us that we're here on these continents. You and I are right here somewhere. If you take these continents and you move it 66.6 degrees, you're going to wind up right here, which is the moon map model. That puts us right here. We're right here in the moon map model. Now that leaves this whole other side for whoever, James Dean, all the, Prince is over there partying with Amy Winehouse, whatever. On a bioscale, though, by the way, on a bioscale, not an electromagnetic scale. So that, the whole thing fits perfectly. It does, it fits perfectly. It fits this model better than it fits that model. But the only thing is that it's all crammed into here. So that's why I see the circle. That's why this is the old model now. Now I do have 2 people that I've satisfied online because they think that I'm wrong about the model, and they think this is the whole model of the whole entire Earth that we know about. And I'm saying no, we're all right here. Russia, you got everything's here. Right, so this whole other side we've never known about, we've never got to know about. Same thing with over here, we're not allowed to get there, okay? That's why the Antarctic Treaty. No one's ever going to get anywhere past this line. That's a gist of my model.
Plane or foot anyway.
Well, they can, but just not anybody who's not, those they, the ones that we call they.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Let me grab,
yeah, go ahead.
Well. Sorry. Okay. Okay, what? I'm sorry. What can I help you with, sir? I'm sorry, can I interrupt you? I need to next to a police officer. Alright, okay, here's these.
Okay.
Alright, awesome. So many freaking questions. Because you're right, and that was something I was just noticing recently. I need a cigarette.
Yeah, yeah. That one. Okay. While you're having a smoke, let me just show you this. Okay. Now, I've done videos on this. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see it very clearly. I set the camera up at the Antarctic. Again, that angle, right?
Right.
These are my moon photographs I took with my moon. One of the things, my telescope is a reverse telescope. And I had people telling me that the imagery they were seeing was well, not only that, they had other complaints about it. So I did. So I went along with what they were saying, and I made the other model for them. In other words, it looks more like an AE map model, but it's still the moon model. They wanted me to put all Russia and China and all that over here and make the states over here. In other words, we're using the shadows for the moon map model, these shadows on the moon, okay? Because that's what I was telling everybody. But mine are all over here, and saying that this is all extra land. Now, I did my moon map model based on the forward telescope, not on the reverse telescope. So they had issues with that. Listen, I don't even want to be distracted by everybody's bullshit. So I said, okay, fine. So I took both. I downloaded this offline to prove them. I said, I have no idea where this person was standing on in the world, okay? On this earth, I don't know where this person was. But what happened was, it was a coincidence, and it worked out in my favor as evidence. As you turn these fucking things and you come around, I keep the camera aimed right here, and I keep turning like this, and I keep coming around, image for fucking image, all the way around, right? And keep going round and round and round like this. Now, this is full of imagery here, and you're never going to see it with your eyes. You're going to have to use your camera to come in at different angles. And as you do, so I made what was called a moon board, a piece of glass window that I put these on, and I could put light behind them and in front of them, which told me a couple different things. Number one of the biggest things is the light on the moon a reflection from the sun, or is the light of the moon its own light? Okay. Well, now I know, because now I'm saying to you, think of a light bulb, right? Think of the light bulb. Down here you have the base of the light bulb, right? So all this, picture this clear plastic all the way around, just like we see here, clear all the way around. A crack forms in the light bulb down at the base about 4,000 years ago, maybe longer, because I don't know about the resets, okay? My timeline is 4,000 years ago for the last major reset. Yeah, I think that we would definitely all have more control over it if our livers were properly. Like I was saying about the about cleaning the livers, right? All the heavy metals. It's all about the heavy metals.
Yeah.
We didn't need 3 meals a day. That's all bio. We don't need these fucking trees. These trees are all bio.
Oh, no,
And those, I know you love the trees. So, no, you have the spiritual connection with the nano that's around the trees. The builders are showing you the trees. They're telling you love the trees. Blah blah blah.
Once able to see the energy from the trees, all I could see was just the energy.
Someone asked me the other day.
It's like a standing waveform.
Someone was asking me, Tripping Sponge was asking me, is my dead grandparent, whatever, can they be an energy in the tree? No, I say, because again, you guys might prove me wrong on this. You and him might both prove me wrong, and it's fine. I don't care. I'll go whatever way this goes. His name is Eric. He's on. Yeah. So he was saying, can this be? And I say no. And he says, why? Because the trees are not on the list. Neither are bushes, neither is grass, neither is whales, neither is shellfish, neither is sharks, neither is birds, nothing. It's feline, canine, rodent, feline, canine, everybody. So far, everybody. The only persons that will say different are the people that are still looking with their human eye. Once you start looking deeper and deeper into all this, and you start looking further, like I'm telling you, when you get home and you start looking with your camera, try to look at this for a while. Once you catch, okay, I can bring you now, if we were in a dark room, which I'm going to do this with you one of these days, I could bring you in at least a couple thousand images every time we sit down, okay? You're only getting 20 right now. You're only going to get 20. Sure, because that's what our brain is. That's what our brain is, memory. The brain's only holding memory. Everything else, all this thing about the trees that you're seeing and stuff, that's your neurological system picking up on that. That's not your brain or your heart, I think it's all real. I really do. I think it's real. I know other people that said that too. I know.
What?
No,
it's not. They're part of me.
No, I would say when you do a cleanse, when you do the cleanse, or if you fast, it will bring you down all those roads because your biological body is throwing all your chemicals all over the place. Correct?
We all
correct? Correct. But what I'm getting at is what our human mind will. We'll see. Again, maybe you'll end up proving me wrong on this, but I have also had those experiences when I was a kid. I used to use mescaline to get there. I used to use acid to get there. I've used some different tricks. I got you, but I've also fasted to get there. I've done fasting here and there to get to that same spot.
Sleep deprivation?
Accidentally, yeah, a couple of times. Yeah, not intentionally. Most of that stuff was not intentional. It was just, it happened, and then I was able to get to that space. But it opens your mind. I used to call it opening your spirit in order to do that. Yeah. But now, what I'm saying now is, with my human eyes, this whole system, again, is showing me everything. And these pricks that are laying out these trails, they have no choice but to let me see it. They have no choice. It's not like the government's laying these trails in the sky for us to... now that's really good stuff up there, too. I might as well keep shooting some of it. The government projects...
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the helical action.
The spirals. Tornadoes are controlled by this nanocarbon. I just did videos on the tornadoes, going into other people's videos.
He's obsessed with tornadoes and whirlpools. I don't know why. He's obsessed with that spiral.
That's why I was suggesting to you that if you go in and there's a lot of fucking energy. I wish I wouldn't have put the camera down without hitting pause, because there's a lot of good shit in here.
I've got lifetime zones. It's pretty cool.
The triangles are the most likely to make every other shape. That's one of the things I learned. They can make every other shape. So, yeah, so including the circles and all that kind of shit. You know what? I'm going to kill this.